Okay, we are back again. It is 4 minutes past the hour of 10 on Flu 94.9 FM. This is welcoming you to Dr. KALU Speaks. Don't forget we are transmitting live from Flu 94.9 FM. And we have other partnering radio station, ABN Online Radio and Television, Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM here in Umuahia, and of course Flu 94.9 FM. So welcome to Dr. KALU Speaks. My name is Ginika Olwaha. As always, I've reported for duty. And I have here with me the Southeast Media Aide to Dr. KALU, Honorable Madukokoro. He's well seated, Honorable. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Ginika. Good morning, the good people of Abia State, God's own state.
All right, we'll have like 55 minutes to talk about this part on this particular program. We decided to set aside our news inside Abia just to make sure that you have fun and have more time to talk on this particular program. Also making a return on the program is an erstwhile Chief Economic Advisor to Abia State Government, Chief Ago Ojukwu. Chief, welcome.
Thank you for having me, and good morning, good people of Abia State.
Okay, Honorable, let's start with you. I understand that His Excellency Dr. KALU actually was in Umunochi local government area like a few days ago to do a kind of empowerment to the people in that area. Tell us what actually happened.
Well, first of all, I want to use this opportunity to thank the good people of Abia about the Enyimba city, the city that I grew up, the city that made me help to mold my life today. I want to thank Nde Aba Olunuji Nabasa, the distinguished Senator ORJI KALU, Aba Baburebo. The heavens opened again for ORJI KALU, and it was very touching. The Catholic Church, we went there to console the great man that had invested immensely in Abia State, popularly known as Tony Mas. And I really want to thank Ndibo for coming out en masse from all walks of life just to see ORJI KALU. Now, Ginika, like you just asked me about Umunochi, we are working. The His Excellency, the District Senator, is really working, and that's why when I use the word former action governor and now action senator, we have taught the life of Umunochi. Umunochi broke into two again. We gave them serious palliative, and this is sustainable palliative because they have problems going into their various farms. People don't understand that the bulk of suffering is in the hinterlands, and now we have given them over 400 motorcycles. Some people might not understand what that does mean to give those motorcycles, and then we gave them generator sets. Okay. More than 200 generator sets, and people were crying. Because that will aid the youth, especially the youth, because we concentrated more on the youth to go to the farms, to touch their farms, because from the farms most of us feed. When you talk about gari, most of us living in the towns, you talk about gari, you talk about akpu, to eat akpu in a restaurant, and you don't know how it comes to that, to be on that table. It's from the hinterland, and we want to thank Umunochi. We are going to do more. The 5 local governments, we are going to touch them. When I say that this distinguished senator is going to...
So you started with Umunochi?
We started with Umunochi.
Probably you get to Isukwato.
I know you call Isukwato because you are from Isukwato. Well, we'll get to your village. You will get to your village, and hopefully we'll touch your immediate constituency. We'll touch Arochukwu. We'll touch every other community in Abia North. And I know that most of you that want to move to Abia North, just relax. When the time comes, we will give you the feedback. Most of you that want to transplant from Abia Central and Abia South and come to Abia North. So we thank God for what we have done.
Okay, Chief, I want you to react to this. The last time we talked so much about the economic benefit of the project being embarked upon by the senator representing Abia North, that is Senator ORJI KALU. We are still talking about that. Yes. Just like Honorable said, they went to Umunochi to distribute a generating set and a motorcycle. Well, some people are of the view that why motorcycle at this point? What economic impact will it have for the people in that area?
First of all, to go to the hinterlands, in some of these places you have track roads going to the farms.
Okay.
So you can only get to those farms through those track roads, and only motorcycles can do it.
Okay, so it's in order, obviously.
It's in order.
What about the generating set?
Of course, the generating sets, you see the hairdressers, the small barbing saloon people and so on. That's what the generating set will do for them. People who have restaurants also who want to sell at night, the generating sets will do that. Those two things were key. Remember, it's not over. It's just a starting point. But the most important thing is that a distinguished senator understands that we have to start by ensuring that what we have in the hinterlands, like food items, come out. If you go to some villages, when they harvest palm fruits, it's actually on motorcycles that they strip the fruits, put them in bags, and tie them on motorcycles, bring them out. It's the only way they can do that in some places.
Okay.
So maybe later now, when federal government through the Rural Development Agency, we are facilitating some things for rural roads. Those farm roads will now be opened up.
Okay, Chief, I'll still come back to you, but Honorable, let's talk some politics. Over the weekend, on Sunday precisely, your principal hosted the APC expanded caucus meeting in his Camp Neya Igbere home, and he talked about disunity amongst the party members. I would like you to react to that, but let's take a listen to what he said in that meeting.
You miss our meeting 2-3 times without any reason. We'll remove you and put another person. This party, as we agreed, would not be a joke for all. Right. It will be a serious business for all. We must fight together, win together. It's only one man will be a member of State House of Assembly in any constituency. They are not going to be two. It will only be one man to be a member of House of Rep from a constituency. We are not going to be two. Abuja will not accept two. Only one man will go to Senate in any senatorial constituency. They are not going to be two. Only one person will be state governor. Only one person will be minister. Unless Mr. President, in his normal way, will extend to any states too. That's why you can get 2 ministers. What we have to gain or lose, if every day we are fighting. Okay. I admire a state called Yobe so much. Since I joined politics, and I'm sure Senator Adeji and Senator Wong will bear a witness, we've never had any rancor from that state. That is the home state of my Senate president. No rancor whatsoever. Because I can tell you people a story what happened. They agreed on everything. I've said this story before, and it's a statement of facts. They agreed on everything. The present minister of state of works, his name was not in that list. From Yobe, it was the immediate past deputy governor of Yobe. That list came on Tuesday to Senate. That early morning, the late chief of staff brought it around 8 o'clock. The Senate president called me and said, chief of staff is already in his office. I said, why? We used to resume at 8:30, me and you. He said, no, chief, we must run and see him there. His own minister, which they agreed, the present governor, the former governor Kaidam, the deputy governor supposed to have gone to Senate. They told him to step down for Kaidam to go. The outgoing governor. If they have contested, the deputy governor will win his boss in terms of number because it's a different area altogether. The boss came from a minority tribe. They asked him to step down. Why I'm giving this example is that we must be brother's keeper. They came together and agreed and said, step down. If you have a ministerial slot, we'll give it to you. And when the list came to the Senate, his name was not there. And I've said this in public before, and I'm saying it again before camera. We have to take back that list to the president. And in our own list, the person's name that was there was the reverend that was there before, from Umuahia North, in Nilama. And that is the truth. And we took back, myself, the Senate leader, the Senate president, we took back the list to the president and said, no, we didn't go for Abi, we went for Yobe. The man that will do the approval said, this is not who we wanted. He brought what they signed and said, this, you will get a step down for this one. And they gave it. And I was the one who spoke both for Yobe and Abi. It's on record. So when people come and say they are not loved, they are hated, it's not true. God is my witness, and God will continue to be our witness.
Okay, that was the senator there actually telling, his party faithful to always remain united, and that was an expanded caucus meeting held at Camp Nea. Honorable, you weren't there, but I am sure that Chief Ojukwu was there. Chief, you were there?
Yes.
It appears that your party is somehow disunited.
No. The party is not disunited at all. What distinguished Senator ORJI KALU is just emphasizing is that we have to remain together. We have to work together. Listen, if we work separately, they will hang us separately. If we work together, nobody can break us. That is what is important. It's just like a broom. Remember, the symbol of the party is a broom. If you pick out just one strip of the broom, you can break it easily. But if you hold them together, you can't break it. So he's just asking people to eschew rancor and let us unite. Remember also that when electioneering is going on, people throw up issues left and right. Some people carry misinformation and so on. That's what he's trying to clarify. Remember also that APC almost came from 0.something% to the 30-something percent we gave to the president. If you watch that, you will see the kind of upsurge that APC had, and the distinguished Senator ORJI KALU is emphasizing how he ensured that people who helped to fight for the party got rewarded. That's what he's emphasizing. Because the minister who was there before, nobody even knew him. Nobody felt the impact of his work.
Probably because in 2015, Abia did not give much support to the president, to APC precisely. So they decided to give the appointment from the top, from the grassroots.
We know how that happened. They were capable people in Abia that time. But unfortunately, somebody up there felt he would bring his church member, and then that happened. But now, that is over. But when the person got the appointment, he failed to use the appointment to grow APC. He failed to use the appointment to help people around here. So it was almost like a lost time. Now, when this other victory came, when we gave Mr. President, remember that the victory we gave Mr. President is important. Important in the sense that there's a certain percentage a president must have in a state to qualify for the ranking of the 2/3, 25% here in the 2/3 of the states and so on. So by what we gave the president, we put him in a good standing that if any other state had gone wrong, bam, we will make it up and he will still be president. When the volume is added up.
So did you actually give it to Mr. President in the last election?
Yes, we did.
Of course we did.
We did.
But I also listened in that meeting. I also listened to the member representing Isukwata Umunochi Federal Constituency. Yes. That's the deputy whip of the House of Representatives, Honorable Kiru Kaonyejacha. Yes. She also, alleged that some members of the APC in the state, especially during the 2019 election, actually sold out. That they were not pursuing the cause of the party, which made the party to lose in 2019. I think, let me see if I can bring that up.
No, you don't need to bring it up. Because, see, there are when issues arise, right? There are some things that are in-house. which can be sorted out in-house, not for public consumption.
But we were there, and they understood that we were there, and they decided to allow us to stay.
Yes.
So if you allow the press to stay there, of course, you know that just.
I had 1 kilometer on that day because I wanted to prove whether million akwụsị ịrụ ụzọ. Ọ na million ha akwụsị ịkọ ihe. Kekọ ga-esi kwụsịzi ịrụ ụzọ. Every day I'm award those are million ezo. Million so they throughout the area. So this contract I saw one that said million aga akwụsị ịrụ ụzọ. Ya were nu mmiri rụọ dị ụzọ. Only 1 kilometer. Go another 1 kilometer. Test case na Isukwata. Local government chairman Isukwata may attend. Nkumunochi may attend. 2 days or few days after, Atuanye Nkumunochi, Ihojiwega Commission, Uzogarabia. So the thing is simple. These people have shown they don't want us, they don't want progress, and we are going to hobnob with them. What kind of relationship is that? It's not adding up, and it's not going to add up. So I plead with my brothers and sisters. We are not quarreling with anybody. We shouldn't quarrel. We are children of God. Ndidi etu I see that 2019 election. So let us not do those things that we did that made us to have only 2 members of House of Representatives. It's not nice because in all the local government we had structures that will win the people that they elected. So, but because we didn't tell ourselves the truth, so now I pray and I plead that our members of APC, onye ji tiketi PDP ya move now. My opponent money onye chekwa na ga ọdara kita anyị dị mkpụrụ na atọ na APC anyị alụju ọgụ onye ọla ahụ ike ibi.
Okay, that was the deputy whip of the House of Representatives. Yes. Obviously, does it mean that amongst you have people that normally sell out during elections? In
development, whether things are working well or going bad, you always ask yourself, what do we do to go to the glorious future? So what she's emphasizing now is that we should put some of these things behind, do the things that will take us to the glorious future. If that kind of thing is likely to happen, let the person simply quit now. That's what she's saying. So it's not an issue that we have to keep dwelling on, because what is important is strategizing to go to the future. If you keep going to the past, talking about the past, you remain in the past and the future will leave you. But there's something she said there which is very important.
Okay.
She said that even if we have 2 people in APC, we fight it out. That is the determination that APC is going to use to seize government come next election. Even if it's 2 people. So what we are telling everybody right now in APC, we don't want jokers. Even when distinguished Senator KALU was emphasizing, that's what he meant. Everybody just saying the same thing. We cannot joke about it anymore. Otherwise, because next election, any Abia person that does not vote for APC will have a moral burden to bear. Because the current government, the current party has not done well. So they have a moral burden to bear. That is why, since we know that the people are yearning for change and they have a moral burden to bear if they don't vote APC, it will not be wrong for APC not to fight to be the best party that the people will choose as first choice. So that's what the whole thing is all about.
Looking at what the federal government has done over time, for the past 5 years, your party had held sway in that position. Do you think you're going to convince Abians to actually go for APC in the 2023 elections?
Do you know, in 2015, before the election, the first election that brought in President Muhammadu Buhari, somebody came to where we were having breakfast, and he said that Jonathan had done so well. He kept praising Jonathan. I told him, oh, my brother, I like your spirit. Can you tell me one single thing Jonathan did in Abia State so I can join you to market that? And he just stood there because he had nothing to say. So
what has President Buhari done in Abia State?
Yes, what he has done in Abia State. If you look at the express road from Enugu to Port Harcourt, prior to Buhari coming on board, nothing happened on that road that was tangible and significant. But right now, remember that trailers sometimes come from the north, between Okigwe and Umuahia. They will capsize, they'll fall. But now, from Umuahia to Okigwe, you can't find it's probably the best road now in the east. and it doesn't take you more than 20 minutes to go from Umuahia to Okigwe now.
Is that enough?
So it's not. Listen, I said if you look at that road, remember that the road was not worked on during Obasanjo's time. It was not worked on during Jonathan's time. Even the patchings that they did not last. But if you look at the construction now, you will see the kind of concrete work that they do, cement base they put there before the asphalt. If you look at it, you know that this road will last longer. Also, take a drive. It's not a guesswork. Take a drive. You will see that 2 lanes now, sometimes in the past, especially one significant place you have to notice where Asepa dumps their waste their garbage are going to Aba.
Yes,
that garbage took over a federal road. Now you will pass there without knowing. It wouldn't have happened. So if you look at just this one road, I'm just using one road as an example. If you look at it, drive on it, you will see what's going on. If you get to Port Harcourt, and I can assure you, in those days when Rotimi Amechi was challenging Jonathan to show what he did in Port Harcourt, it was because there was nothing. But if you are coming from Port Harcourt now, they are dualizing from Eleme Junction, coming out, just like they did the entry into Abuja from Gwagwalada, 10 lanes on 5 lanes on each side, 5 lanes on the other side. These things were not there before.
Okay, Chief,
yes.
Hold on. You are very much conversant with the roads we have, at least within Umuahia.
Yes.
The Umuahia Umudike road.
Yes.
Does it worry you, the state of that road and the work done so far? That's a federal road.
Yes. Remember, like I said, because when you want to compare people, you look at what the former person did and what the current person did. If the former person didn't do much or didn't do better than what the current person is doing, it means the former person failed. What has happened on that road is that, one thing I must give to President Buhari, there's one, remember when we won the election, unfortunately for him, the man took ill, and for almost 2 years he couldn't do much. But despite that, work continued to move on, even in his absence, at a steady pace. And another thing you will notice is that during election time, when some people usually come out and bring more bulldozers to create the impression of heavy work going on, the man maintained his pace. He never tried to whitewash any action that he was taking on any of our roads and so on. The work maintained pace. Now, this road that you see has just been marked, and they are going to do something about it, because
that's what we've been hearing on that road.
But I'll come in there. But you see, if you have gone to Umudike from Ehimini, you see there is drainage work going on there, and you see the level of the drainage, the height of it. You see that it's a different thing under President Muhammadu Buhari. And also remember that the individual representing Umuahia Ikuano Federal Constituency is from a different political party.
Okay,
but that does not stop Buhari to say he is going to walk on that federal road.
If in that CAUCUS meeting,
yes,
that your principal actually presided over in Iwere, he actually made mention of the issue of opposition. Yes. Even Nkiru Konye-Georgia said that.
Yes.
That if actually you want to take over power in Abia State,
yes, you
must create that front, the opposition front. Make sure that you do the bidding of the opposition. Make sure that you check the excesses of the state government.
Yes.
Now, in your own mind, do you think APC is doing it in Abia State?
Of course we are doing it. We're working hard. We have tried to create a unified system. We are trying to move out from the old template to the new narrative, where we don't look at the political parties. We look at individuals that are working for the benefit of the citizenry. It has never been done before. For the first time, you are seeing a PDP individual going to visit APC person, and then see APC person going to visit PDP folk. So we are not looking at that. What we are looking at is development. Are we together? But that does not mean that we're not going to play our role as opposition party. We have been playing a role because Abia is not working. And you know it, because civil servants have not been paid, because we have a lot of teachers that have not been paid.
You're just reeling out all this. How many of your party members have spoken against all this? Because it appears that you people have been keeping quiet.
No, we have not been keeping quiet. But if we've been keeping quiet, OUK speaks. Have not been keeping quiet.
No, one thing you must know is that immediately after the election, it's just 1 year now. And what most people did was try to give the government a chance to see how they will organize. And now it's a year plus and nothing has happened. Which means if you hit anybody now you have reasons, you have concrete evidence to tell people, look at what we're saying, and this is why we're saying it. Because if you speak too soon, people will say, they didn't even give the man a chance to organize himself. But yeah, they've had the chance and nothing happened.
Okay, the show is still Dr. ORJI KALU Speaks on Flow 94.9 FM. It's also live on Vision Africa 104.1 FM and ABN Online Radio and Television. We are going to take a breather. When we come back, Chief, I understand that there will be a book launch somewhere in Abuja. You will tell us more about that. And also how the projects being embarked upon by the senator in Abia North is going to benefit the people in that area. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
At Flow 94.9 FM, we've got conducive and well-secured environment for business, high-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.
All right, welcome back to the program. It's still Dr. ORJI KALU Speaks on Flow 94.9 FM. If you're also online, you can listen to ABN Online Radio and Television, and as well Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM, all in Umuahia. Now, Honorable, welcome back.
Thank you very much,
Chief. Welcome back too.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to...
There's something that I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
Very, very touching story. There is a woman in Uzuakon, you will not believe, that during Senator ORJI KALU's administration, when he was the executive governor, a woman that never went to school, never seen chalk before, never seen pencil before, never seen bureau before, but at her age, she mustered the courage to go to school. And that project that Senator ORJI KALU, when he was the executive governor of Abia State, nobody can rival ORJI. This woman had to participate in what we call the adult literacy program, and she was able to graduate. Now she can read well, she can write well, and the woman is Uzakon. And I want to shock her because she never knew I was going to mention her name today. Her name is Mama Ezinne Comfort Ejindu Job Abuba from Uzakon. Ma Chineke Gozie Liche ORJI KALU. We have gotten the message that you have been praying for ORJI KALU, the distinguished senator. Obrihana say, Ibaribrezi Madu. Or do you madu game? Or go part pote wolo ebukwezi madu. ORJI KALU bezi madu. Le ORJI KALU di neche se lo merege musaya kukota. Chineke gozie ma. Chineke gozitagi. I also want to use the opportunity to thank Elder Master Guide James Ezikpe Onyibere. When Olohi jide kele ORJI, de kpekwari yekpere, continue to pray for ORJI KALU. Chineke gozi bunu laha Jesus. Geneka ogulam lono.
Okay, Chief, to you now. I understand that there will be a book launch somewhere in Abuja. Can you tell us what it's all about?
Yes, actually, Professor Magnus Honor wrote a book last year. He was supposed to publish the book last year.
Yes.
Last year. He wrote a book on ORJI KALU.
Okay.
And he wrote the book from...
What's the title of the book?
The title of the book is OUK, The Journey of Change.
Okay.
He has on his own observed how distinguished Senator ORJI KALU has been maturing in politics, the changes he has made, the issues that came up in the country as a result of his being a governor. So some things that changed in law as a result of the actions that he took that caused improvement in the judicial system and so on. So he wrote certain things and he made predictions because that was what he saw, what he felt. He made predictions of how ORJI will go to a higher height, how distinguished Senator ORJI KALU will go to a higher height. Now, that was before the senator was incarcerated. And then, after that now, remember like I said, the book was written before. So, now that he's come out of that, this man now decided that he has become so auspicious to publish that book. And no less a person than Femi Adesina wrote the foreword of the book. You know what a foreword is? And then myself, Agu Ojukwu, wrote the afterword. You know, and afterward is like telling people what they can take away from the book and how they can act on it. Because one important thing about distinguished Senator ORJI KALU is that he's a man who has the mindset of he has what we call growth mindset. Whether he is capable of doing something or not, he believes that he can attempt it. And most of these things we use, even this microphone we are using to talk here now, some people, maybe the man who invented it, when they start, all inventors start, make mistakes, but eventually they fix it. You know, he's somebody who has a growth mindset. He attempts things and builds capacity in the process and succeeds in it. And that is what a lot of our youth need to learn. If you don't have courage, you can't achieve anything. He's not afraid of failure, because many companies invent things and they fails. The Sony Electronic Corporation, the first product they made was a total failure. But today, Sony is the biggest electronic company in the world. So, the distinguished Senator ORJI Okalo has a growth mindset. He's not afraid of failure, and he believes that even if you fail, it should be a stepping stone and a learning platform for you to go higher. That is one important thing that you can learn from that book. The other one is abundance. You must have an abundance mindset also. That somebody is rich does not mean the next person cannot become richer. That Dangote is rich does not mean that he has taken all the money. It simply means he has become rich in what he cut out for himself. That if you cut out another type of business for yourself and do well in it, you also become rich. So those are the two things about him that are extraordinary and which our people need to learn. You need to learn about growth mindset. Anything you want to do, start doing it and learn in the process of doing it so you can achieve it.
Okay.
I want to add something to what Chief Ojukwu has enumerated. ORJI Okalo, the distinguished senator, one of the qualities that need to be taken into perspective is the selfless service to people. Patriotism. ORJI Okalo is extremely patriotic. When you talk about Nigeria, ORJI does not talk about Ndibo, does not talk about Hausa, does not talk about other ethnic groups. ORJI Okalo looks at Nigeria as one indivisible, one indissoluble, and one sovereign nation. Green, white, green. It's written all over ORJI Okalo, and that's what also the youth need to understand, because this book is going to be the book is big. I mean, it's a mind-boggling book, and this is a book that has never been written on anybody, any human being, non-Nigerian, because this book, looking at it from what Chief Ojukwu said, is encapsulated in the spirit of Dumego Ojukwu, in the spirit of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, in the spirit of Tafawa Balewa. And when you pack all this together, and Dumego Ojukwu, pack all this together, you find it in ORJI Okalo. So that's what we're saying, that the youth need to look inwards and know that whatever you want to achieve, you have to have selfless service spirit, so that you don't look at anybody and you're not doing it for yourself, but you're doing it for the betterment of all and sundry.
I'd like to add something else. This book you see that is going to be launched, distinguished Senator ORJI Okalo doesn't know about it.
Except if he's listening now.
He doesn't know about it.
But he will attend the book launch.
Of course,
a surprise.
The thing, it was written purely from an understanding of what he represents, and now well, we have given it out to the public now, and it is not being sponsored by him at all, because people call us and pledge to fund the process of getting the book done.
It's a big book.
Yes.
Are you promising an autograph copy for me?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So you would complain again, I've been relegated to the background.
All right, let's go to the phone lines now. I think it's time for our listener to call in and make their contribution, so and ask questions where necessary. The number is to call 080-8182-6949. I take that again, 080-8182-6949 or 0811-605-2949. You can also send your SMS and WhatsApp messages on 090-651-08289. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name?
Good morning. My name is Samuel Chinedu from Amori in the Ifana local government.
Okay, go ahead.
I thank you again to the city for that award that you can have done. Please, I'm begging him not to share Okada to his youth. Let him create a good job. Can last the youth forever, not Okada.
Okay.
We remember when he started wheelbarrow and headband no more. Those wheelbarrow and headband are no more now. If they put like one personal deal in Lagos, create avenue for youth, for farmers, degree, snelling, and other things. They are all enjoying it by employing more youth. Please let him go back and leave those motorcycles because we don't have the body, why. Thank you very much.
Okay, Chief, you heard what he actually said. I asked why the choice of Okada, motorcycle, instead of any other one.
The motorcycle is not for use inside the city. It is not for use inside the city. I told you that most of the farms go around Abia State. Most of the roads leading to these farms are track roads with mud and so on. And the only means of getting to those farms, like those of us who are into oil palm businesses and so on, if you go to any village, it is by Okada that those palm fruits are brought out. Otherwise, they will decay and the money will be gone forever.
Yes.
All right. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead, Ikechukwu.
Please, I would like to ask your host in the studio. This orgies of KALU he's talking about was not the same as the KALU who ruled this Abia State. Must all these our politicians enter their mindset in a project always road. Road is just common amenities. Amenity means little things they can do for the society, for motorable, for transportation of goods and services. Nigerians are looking to people who will come and address unemployment, who will come and address poverty, who will come and address insecurity, who will come and integrate the social sector, Nigerian youth and populace, devoid of tribal and ethnicism. See, in 2023, I have not seen that leader, even in the southern Nigeria, who can muster that serenity, dignity, in addressing the national issue. Right. You are building roads. Is it only our people and Abia not so that will give you votes? I have asked this question several times. Most problem we have, we like to praise our leaders. So therefore they will talk with our praises.
All right.
Saying that they are high level,
okay.
They are not.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to answer that question. First of all, he said, is it only Abia North? You should not forget that this is a distinguished senator representing Abia North. There are senators representing other zones, and you must expect him to concentrate some of these things on here. Because when he was governor of Abia State, remember when Dr. ORJI was governor of Abia State, there were no roads in Abia State. Quote me, especially in Aba, there were no roads.
Good roads
anywhere. Passable roads. There were not passable roads. The roads existed, but they were not passable.
Okay.
And as at that time also, the resources were meager. And what he did was to attempt to spread the roads all over the place so that they become passable. That was important. And if you check, many communities and senatorial zones in Abia State got almost equal distribution of those roads. Because without those roads, you can't have integration. Because when you have companies and businesses in different locations, without roads, you can't have integration. It is road that leads to that. So that is number one. Then the other one is that people should not forget, and it appears that man didn't listen to the last program, because when you listen to only one episode of a program, you will hear what is being discussed in that episode. You will not know what was discussed in the other episode.
Kindly refresh his mind on what was discussed.
In the last episode, we spoke about the industrial projects that are coming up, including the farm settlements that himself is doing as an individual, which is empowering people also. We also spoke about the facilities that he gave to people to support them. And I also told you that my new factory, my own personal new factory that is coming, he supported me in ensuring that I meet up with the conditions to import that factory. So this is how it is. And in my project already in it existing, it was him. When he came, he wasn't even in the Senate that time. He brought Chinese investors to me, and he simply said, I see the difficulty you are having. I brought some people to discuss business with you. That forced me and led me to rehabilitate that factory. And that project employs 250 people.
Yes. All right. Now let's go to the SMS line. This one said, please, Guinea Cartel, your guest that the express route from Enugu to Port Harcourt was approved by the Goodluck Jonathan administration, 2014-2015, even the second Niger break. I think he was referring to what you said, that President Buhari actually did the road.
That's the mistake people make, because they tell you that the contract was awarded.
Yes.
Was it executed? The second Niger bridge, many people don't understand about the second Niger bridge. It was supposed to be a PPP project. Somebody will build it and eventually hand it over. It was not done. The president is funding it directly. The same thing with these roads. We know the number of roads that were awarded. Just look around. You will see power stations awarded by Obasanjo. Did any one of them come on board? None of them is serving till today.
Okay, another SMS. APC has to pressure the state government to clear arrears of salary and pension. Otherwise, APC will be burdened huge debt when it comes into power in the state. From Ben. This one is from Emmanuel Chinwendu from Isialanga North. I'll be happy to get a copy of that book written for OUK. I like OUK and his administrative leadership. He's a kind-hearted leader. Please send our greetings to OUK. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good morning. Good morning. What's your name?
I'm Mr. Frank, and I'm calling from Omaya.
Go ahead, Mr. Frank.
Rogers or KALU might be a good person, but most times we need to tell ourselves the truth. I don't see the reason why some people in the house will be telling us that Buhari has done a lot for Igbos, and Buhari has done this. Look at the road, like you just you just the federal road. You take the one that is built to Bende, Bende to Ohafia and Calabar. You take the one that is going from, these are federal roads. And the one they talked about that came from Okigwe, that road was started by Jonathan. It was started by Jonathan administration. So we now talk about the appointment that the Mr. President is making. Has he ever an Igbo man, any single Igbo person? They are telling us that Buhari has done this and done that. The same Buhari that has not even addressed the security issues that is going on in the country. It is very, very appalling. I don't like how people just come and
okay. All right, thank you. I think
I must respond to that, and I will respond in Igbo because I must say English.
No, it's not true.
What I'm saying, listen,
I think you just spoke in English. I think you must
listen English. I mean, my English.
You can still speak English.
Come na soro Igbo. Kogo samaya. Igbo saro ulo. Igbo saro oleja aruzo. La aruzo. Obe ya bu ihe dicho. Adi onye bugile ya luogo mo onye vusarbe obo onye runu ya obo ebia gasi go salaro Igbo salaro da ejiro ya obo ya bu ihe dicho in what we have been preaching. So about somebody say Jonathan did the road. Jonathan didn't do any road. What we're emphasizing is that he might have brought the contract, but he never executed. He didn't have the guts to do the execution. So this man, who is the current president, Buhari, has executed it. So there's a difference between bringing up policies and execution of policies. So in politics, you have to understand the differences. So I am
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name? Okay, go ahead.
Please, Honorable Madoka, good day.
Good day, my brother.
There's a rumor that in the air. People are saying that the flag bearer of APC 2019 congressional election, which is based on Uchoga, did not be invited in that congression of APC. That the APC have divided into two. Please update more of that because there is. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Honorable, you weren't there.
The true situation is that he had an engagement and he sent a message on time that he will not be available. He had an engagement, and when you are working for the nation and there's a clash between your national assignment and here, you ask to be excused. That is the situation. And you must know also.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
My name is Chile David. They're coming here about the fire shop for Holland.
Mama first.
See, anybody that tell you all of KALU have not done well from as a governor, you know that person is a liar. But what I want to say now, Madukokoro, I know you are too close to office of KALU. Please. Let him know. Let anybody to come and let him to do something that is not good. Because I will tell you the truth. See, try to be advising him good. Let them not bring fashion in our party. Because why I'm seeing all of them now be running around Orisha Kalu to create this, to do this, to do that, because all these people now that is coming to Orisha Kalu, during the election, all these people, I know what they did in the election. Mostly these Yungba people, all of them, when we are looking for the CAUCUS, in the time of this election, we did not send the CAUCUS. Now, that CAUCUS, let it not be fashion CAUCUS, or CAUCUS who will come, Abuja CAUCUS. Because if they form Abuja CAUCUS, we will form state CAUCUS. So,
okay.
But what I'm talking, I know you will advise OUK well. Because if they create fashion, yeah, we follow my own girl, and everybody know my girl is switch order. So
okay.
I know what I'm talking about.
All right, thank you so much. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to answer that. You see, when people stay far away, they don't understand what's going on. You need to come close to understand what's going on. Distinguished Senator ORJI Okala has been preaching reconciliation and forgiveness. He even did a song on it, and everybody around when last time they went to Arochukwu joined in singing that song. That's what he has been preaching. He's been preaching that we will not allow faction. People should not forget that he's the current leader of the caucus. He's the current leader, and because he has facility where we can have this meeting was held in his place. He has an auditorium in his compound. So rather than the party wasting money to hire a place, he simply hosted everybody there. But there's no faction at all. This is what he has been preaching. I can assure you that the ORJI Okala of today is not the former ORJI Okala.
Okay.
He knows very well now that inclusiveness is the best way to make a stronger party. And that is why he's working on inclusiveness.
Okay, now let's go to the WhatsApp platform. This one is from Madu Abuchi from Ubakala. Good morning, presenter. Let OUK lead the cause to reunite the cause of Igbo in Nigeria, because we are not speaking with one voice. OUK is a voice we will support. Okay. Another one is from Stanley Emetu Pastor. OUK is the man we want in Nigeria. He has the charisma to lead our country. Okay. Another one said, Honorable, good morning. Please look into my request. I have been dropping this message for 2 weeks now. I finished learning work, but I can't afford to open my own tailoring ambition. Please help me reach out to distinguished Senator Big Daddy. Honorable, can you do that?
Well, I don't know what part of the state he's from. If he's from Abia North, then we look into it. But if he's from Abia South or Abia Central, then they have senators there that can take care of that.
Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Oh, sorry. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
I'm Dr. Sam Felix from UBC.
Go ahead.
Ndewo.
Admanu tolu ike balewa. Awunwa afọ Abia. Ụmụahịa mana anọ m n'Imo steeti.
Okay.
Onye ọbụla si na ọjị ụzọ m chọrọ iji Igbo kwuo okwu ka mkpanye ụka n'Igbo. Hello?
Go ahead. We are listening.
Onye ọbụla nwa afọ Abia steeti ojiri mmiri ara afọ bụ onye Abia steeti ma na ọjị ụzọ agwụla distance of Abia steeti ọjị ụzọ agwụla onwe gọvanọ gbara mbọ ọjị gbara. ORJI akpala ego before now governor. I know ORJI from Weke Street.
Yes.
ORJI was Aba brought up.
Okay. All right.
ORJI is trying. Mechi.
Okay.
Like the last caller said, let them not have a baby me asaramukum madi.
Okay, thank you.
I'm proud of ORJI.
Thank you so much. Honorable, you have some projects you want to bring us up to?
Yes, I want to bring up on existing work we're doing.
Okay, that will be your partnership.
Yeah, it's not going to be my partnership.
Look at the time.
Drainage work, we have done over 1,900 meters in the Isiugu road. We also in Abia to Akano and the Okon road. We are doing the drainage construction. It's really in progress for the 2nd kilometer phase 2, and then we are doing that grading work going on now. Asaga Okono on Hafia Road, we are doing the grading work and then clearing all the clearables. So we are working hard, and I want to thank my fellow colleagues working for the distinguished Senator Barrister Victor Etie. These are the legislative assistant, Barrister Victor Etie and Barrister Mbila, for being up to date. You guys are doing great, and as you keep working hard every day, we are going to achieve our dream in turning Abia North to an Eldorado. And I want to thank everybody that has been supporting us in working on your black Jorojo. I know OUK Bele no Okosi ndị Igbo ji mono aya bịa ịrụ ọnụ ihe anyị bịara ime la senate be ịrụ ọnụ aya bịa ivu ekpa dara hiona ihe anyị bịara bụ ịrụ ọnụ. And even as the man is here on recess, he's still working, he's still visiting projects. So I mere mjeseta mkpaito ọhụrụ ka m sụọ ya Igbo ole ndị mmadụ ga-eji amasa.
Okay, Chief.
Yes,
Financial.
Yes. In closing, I would like to advise every member of APC to realize that we have a task, and that task is to ensure that we provide good governance come 2023. And I want all of them also to know that the knowledge with which the things were destroyed is not the knowledge we need to rebuild it. We need superior knowledge to do greater things. Anybody can join politics without intellectualism. Anybody can win election without intellectualism. But to do anything of significance, you must bring in intellectualism. I want every member of APC to start thinking of and improving himself, because in this APC that you see that is becoming stronger now every day, even for the governorship selection and everything, there will be debates. People must show what they are made of, because we cannot afford, personally I cannot afford to mislead Abia myself. So I must be partner in this program to ensure that Abia is brought out of the doldrums and taken to the glorious future. So, and it's only knowledge that can do it. And I will also want every member of APC to examine himself, the role he played in the last election. Yes, sometimes there are many things you can't dismiss. People sell out quite all right and so on. But sometimes they say, they thought this and that, and they did it. We've forgiven everybody. But let everybody examine himself, clean up himself before coming out for this reintegration that we are doing now. Okay. Thank you very much.
And an erstwhile Chief Economic Advisor to Abia State Government, Chief Agu Ojukwu, thank you so much for coming on the show. And the media, must I thank you now?
No, you got to thank me. But I want to thank you very much for the work that you have been doing for so many years. I also want to thank my very good friend, Mike Oni. Mike Oni just stepped in, and he's a detribalized Nigerian. That's why I want to thank him. He's a follower of ORJI KALU. So I don't know if you're a lawyer. All
right, thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on the show. Don't forget that we brought you this program from Flow 94.9 FM and ABN Online Radio and Television joined, and Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM also joined. Thank you so much. So many people sent SMS. It's just too many here, and the calls, the phone lines are still buzzing, but we can't take much of the calls again. Thank you so much. My name is Ginika Olwaha. The show returns next week, Thursday at 10 a.m. Till then, please do stay out of trouble so that we can do this show again next week. Good morning.
At Flow 94.9 FM, we've got conducive and well-secured environment for business. High-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.